Soundstrap.
Trying to get a lot of dough. Anything is possible. Turn me up in the headphone.
Soundstrap.
Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough.
2, 3 of them after he eat a meal, and I'm just like, goodness gracious. But speaking of that, one person that drives me nuts, and I felt like, to me, they never reached their potential. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I don't care. I said it last year, I'm gonna say it again. Ben Simmons has been the biggest disappointment to me outside of Zion Williamson when it comes to basketball.
Wow. Like, talk to me about that, Rick. Where
So I follow. Ben
I wasn't
Simmons.
expecting that. I wasn't expecting that.
Most people ain't, but like I said, I was critical of him last year. So Ben Simmons, I watched him come out of LSU. First of all, that's not even a basketball school, in my opinion.
Right.
He came out, he's supposed to be the next LeBron. And I'm looking like, okay, all right. I just felt like the way his size, his frame, and his skill level was not mastered, because I'm just like, all right, I'm Ben Simmons, right? I'm coming down, I'm playing point guard. First of all, the fact that I'm not a top 5 point guard, I feel disrespected, whether East or West, right? I'm 6'9". Steph Curry, you can shoot all you want, but you're going to deal with me tonight. I'm going to make sure they switch, and I'm going to put Steph in the post, whether I can shoot long distance or not. I'm a body. I love some Steph Curry. I'm a body Steph Curry tonight. He going to be calling for Clay to help. I'm going to do him in. Guess who's next? Kyrie Irving. You too small. I'm gonna body him too. I'm gonna make sure they have to switch him on me. I'm gonna find him. They ain't gonna hide you. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna do him in because I'm gonna put him on notice. Chris Paul, I like me some Chris Paul too. He's next. James Harden. I know you ain't playing on defense, so I know I'm gonna do you in tonight. It's gonna be tomahawk jams all night. But the thing is like, he ain't dominating the game at 6'9", 240. Like, he plays good defense. I do like that. And he's try to be passive. Boy, you 6'9", man. Like, you not Magic Johnson running the floor. And 2, he wouldn't shoot. That's another thing. I'm okay with you missing. I need you to shoot that ball. Because now it's 5 against 4. They know they disrespected him last year by leaving him wide open, and they know he won't go shoot it. They play against Atlanta. Hey, I'm a fan of Trae Young. Ice Trae, hey, the brand. I'm disrespecting him tonight.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure that his hairline gonna recede just a little bit more. I'm gonna put stress in his life. It is domination. Like, I'm gonna need a dentist because I'm gonna grind my teeth because I'm gonna body him tonight. They're gonna they did. I watched them do it to Steph Curry a couple years ago. Steph wasn't big enough to guard certain players. I don't know if you noticed, Steph got a little bigger now too, so he can, if they ISO him, he can hold his own just a little bit. Trae Young, he 165 pounds soaking wet with a jersey on. I feel like you could play defense on Steph. I mean, not Steph, but Trae Young. But I feel like he didn't dominate the game. These guards are way too small to check Ben Simmons. And I felt like he has been the biggest disappointment to me, because I just knew by year 4, Lord have mercy. You gave me 20 and 15 easy. You can see the court. You're 6'9". They're not going to stop you. Anything that they stop you, you put it up to the rim. Joel Embiid getting the rest.
Wow.
That's wow. I feel like the offense should have went through him. Like, then you got Harris out there that, just waiting, let me get the rock. Like, that offense should have ran through him so much differently. And they didn't hold him accountable, but they kind of let him get away with it.
Right.
But no.
I just wasn't thinking that you were going to go with Ben Simmons, but I got a question for you. It's 2 questions, but I have one. I'll start with this. How much of it do you think has to do with the Philadelphia 76ers organization or coaching? Let's just talk coaching first. The coaching of not putting Ben Simmons in the post versus Ben taking it upon himself to put those guards in the post. Because, you play college ball, so you know how it goes. That there's already a game plan and set of plays that's already created for you to run. The coach calls a play, you carry it out and execute.
Yeah.
But just like I know that there are times when you might see some things on the football field that the coach just ain't seeing.
Correct.
And it can work to your advantage and where you can get a score off of it. And so you might audible or you might call it your own play, So whose fault is it more of, for this question, whose fault is it more the coach's fault, or is it Ben Simmons' fault by not putting players in the paint and trying to expose it?
So this is the thing, is like most time like I said, I watch NBA by trade, as in watching it and studying it. I didn't play it on a higher level, but right. I watch it, and most time you got plays set up. Mm-hmm. But the way the game plays now, they only call a play when you're when you're in a funk. Hey, let me slow it down. Hey, run, 22, whatever y'all call it, 22 square or 44 square, or y'all set up the defense. Most time on offense, it's kind of like, hey, I got it this down, or on going down the court, I got it on this time. I'm gonna kick it to Ben, and you're gonna kind of like get a feel for it. Because I watch Golden State do it all the time. Like halftime, they don't even call a play. They already have their sets right up. Hey, if they double Steph on the pin down, Draymond gonna take it to the cup automatically.
Right.
Because they got to respect Clay, so he got to take it. So it's kind of like you get a feel for it. And I'm like, part of it is I used to blame it on the coaching until they gave him Ben Simmons with $180 million. Then I started blaming it on Ben. They gave you that money saying, hey, you need to lead us to the promised land.
We trust you. Right. Right.
When they gave him the money, like, not trying to change it over to football. The same thing with Cam Newton. I used to blame him. I said, you can't take $100 million of NFL football money and not produce. Ben Simmons, you giving me 14, 15 points a night. There's no reason why nobody should be able to stop you. When I watched, they said that LeBron is the is the next thing coming, and they put him in the same breath. He's 10 pounds lighter than LeBron, but he's an inch taller. Like there's no way. And I did because LeBron, I used to give him a hard time because he couldn't shoot, but as he got older and a little bit of that steam came out, he started getting better with shooting.
Let's stay there for a second. Okay, good. I'm glad you went there. So with that being said, how much of it do you think that naturally, I mean, like we shared, if you are being trusted enough to be awarded with a contract of the magnitude that these brothers have received, then naturally you would hope that they would take it upon themselves to improve their game, because they're not going to just give out money if you haven't improved. So let me ask you, do you think how much of it also is his lack of wanting to improve his game, to learn how to shoot or to get better, versus the organization holding him accountable to say, and the coaching to say, you need to get better because we're losing, because there are some deficiencies in your game where, we know that if you were to improve in these areas, we will be much more successful?
I'm gonna give it 70-30, and 70 is on Ben, just because of the fact that they one time they were begging him to shoot. Hey, you gotta take that shot because we're 5-on-4. I heard even though he got a raspy voice, hey, you gotta take the three. They're giving it to you. I hear him yelling at the timeout. Hey Ben, it's okay. Put it up a couple up, making them come out there to you. And so being like, all right. And I watched Ben throw a no look into double team. I'm looking like what really sold me on Ben was, that he was a disappointment. Was I watched him, he was pulling the ball through, he was jab stepping. It takes the guy off the dribble. For him to be as long as tall he is, he's rather quick. He gets the guy off the dribble, and a defender comes up and he goes with the Showtime no look magic pass. What, man, that ref gonna have to pull that whistle out of his pocket. He gonna have to either he gonna swallow that whistle or he gonna blow it. I'm on top of his head. I mean, yam bags, ball sack on his forehead. I'm bringing it down. You're gonna have to respect me. And the fact that dude didn't even set up for a charge, he knew that he was gonna pass the ball. And Ben Simmons This is in the playoffs. Playoffs? No way that he should have done that. Like, no, you gotta go on top of his head. If they call a charge, I'm okay with that. But I need you to take that. And it's like that passive thing. And I was like, he plays like a tall version of Lonzo Ball. Like Lonzo is a very passive. He looks to pass first. Bro, you 6'9". It's okay to be an assistant point guard. But let's be real. Steph Curry's a point guard too, and his assist is only at 5 a game. Because he putting that thing up in the air. You ain't got to be Steph, but you can be somewhere in the middle. Give me 8. James Harden, he's a high volume shooter, but he still give you 9 and 10 dimes.
Right.
Shoot it.
Well, let me ask you this. All right. So I like your breakdown. So can we go a little bit deeper then one time with this?
Yeah.
So you had Embiid who was drafted. Then the next person that comes up is Ben, right? Then they drafted Markelle Fultz.
That was terrible.
Now, let me ask you. We're talking about Ben Simmons, who won't shoot the ball, scared to shoot the ball. We're talking about Markelle Fultz, another number 1 draft pick that came in, and the Philadelphia 76ers took this man's shot and jacked it all the way up where he has no confidence to shoot. The man sat out of the league for a while because he didn't. They had to repair his shoulder and then try to repair his form to be able to shoot the ball. And it's taken like up to 3 years. He just came back. Like he just started playing not too long ago.
Yeah, I saw. Again, I'm trying to figure out So I don't even remember. I didn't think he could shoot anyway, but I didn't understand like how that even happened. I thought he got injured. I didn't think that like he just wouldn't shoot.
No. If you go back and look at him when he was at Washington, the brother could hoop. I mean, he was raw. He was raw. He could shoot, go to the cup, dish. I mean, he was the real deal. Just the NBA got to Philadelphia and they started messing with his shot because they didn't like the arc. It's almost like going to tell Reggie Miller that his shot is jacked up, or like Sean Marion. Remember Sean Marion?
From the
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he shot like LeBron throwing powder in the air before every game. That's the way his form was. Right. So but they didn't, but those guys did not allow the teams to alter their shot or alter their games in certain ways, because that's what made them successful.
Yeah.
Do you get over to, they ask this guy, messes with his shot, his ability to shoot the ball and be successful shooting the ball, it diminished. And a 19-year-old operating for the best, when they have told you if you change your shot, it will get better, and it doesn't happen, confidence is gone. So I wonder, from an organizational standpoint, I wonder if Ben saw what happened with Markelle Fultz and said to himself, like, I know I need to improve my J, but if I got to mess with y'all done messed up this dude's shot. I don't know if I can trust from an organizational standpoint, so I don't like
that. So this is the problem I had with Ben. So I'm glad you brought that up, because the Markelle Fultz was one of those rare things. It's kind of like a rare disease that, you don't see all the time.
Right.
But with Ben Simmons, first of all, social media is reckless. Like I seen Ben spot up and shoot in the gym. He hit 3 in a row. I'm looking like, where's, I'm not even a Philadelphia 76ers fan, but I'm looking like, bro, where? Because first of all, I felt like Ben Simmons being that big and he's left-handed, that is a problem to try to guard somebody that's left-handed, because I'm right-hand dominant. I always had a problem with left-hand people. Even with playing baseball, like, a pitcher left-handed, like the way the ball came off his hand, it was just hard to read.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, you have too many pros on your game that you can't use. Like I said, I saw him in the gym. He put up like 10 shots, made 7 out of 10. I'm looking like, where is that at? Because they leaving you wide open. Like that's the ultimate disrespect. Like, even coming off, if I got flip flops on and go out there in the NBA game right now, and somebody leave me open, I'm shooting the J. I might go 0 for 10, but they be like, oh, he's shooting with confidence though. Ain't no way. Like I'm gonna hit one of them.
Right. So it's like almost like you talking about like Giannis and how Giannis progressed over time. Yeah.
Yeah, because they kept leaving him open. They was like, we gonna wall all this off. You gonna get offensive fouls all night, or you gonna have to start shooting. And you know, he got an ugly shot, but it goes in. Because that final game and that championship, good Lord. But I'm glad you brought Giannis up because he's gonna be in my next topic. All right, so so before we get to him, let's talk about the NBA and who's coming out the East and who's coming out the West. Who you got shooting from the hip?
Shooting from the hip, I got Milwaukee, and I got I'm gonna go Milwaukee, and I'm gonna go Phoenix again. I see a rematch in the finals. I want to say Golden State. I just don't know if it depends on Clay, the type of Clay that we get, because the Clay that we saw the other night against the Lakers, he just seemed it's just, he's just come back, and I just don't think that he's hit a rough spot right now. So if Clay shows some resilience over the next week or so, leading into, going into the playoffs, I think that they have a great chance to come out of the West. But if I had to, shoot from the hip right now, I'm going to go with Phoenix and Milwaukee in a rematch. And I see Milwaukee still taking it 4-2.
Okay, I'm glad you brought up Clay. So everybody's like, oh, Clay's in a funk. I've been watching Clay since, he got caught smoking marijuana in college and he slipped in the draft. Klay Thompson, even when Kevin Durant was there, he would go through these slumps, but it would be early in the year. So like he didn't have the early in the year to go through.
Right. Okay.
So now it's like, because he would have like, like the first couple of games, he might go 3 for 14 from 3 or whatever. And it'd be like, then he go 5 for 16. But once he started feeling it, he's feeling it. So he didn't have the first of the season to actually get his groove. Like, because a lot of times now he's like, all right, I see him taking people off the dribble more because he was like, oh, people not respecting that I can do it because I got hurt. So I noticed that he's tailored his game, which is cool.
Yeah.
But I have noticed that like he didn't have that grace period of like, of having that cold streak. I think Clay gonna be fine. I just need him to be able to sit in that chair on defense if we need him, because Steph ain't gonna be able to do it. Right. But as for the East, I got Milwaukee because I feel like even though they're cooking with grease right now, Miami Heat, I feel like they're gonna get dominated again by Milwaukee.
Yeah, right.
And I have Golden State coming out the West. Like I said, I feel like Clay, I don't have no problem with him missing right now. I just need him to be healthy, and I need you to light it up because we all know, I'm a big fan of Steph Curry. Clay's playoff games has been bigger than Steph's at times in the playoffs. I think I had a little bit of lag there. And as for my second favorite coming out the East, somehow if Miami makes it past Milwaukee, I got them, but I still got Golden State coming out the West no matter what.
Okay, that's your okay. Yeah, okay. I'm glad you brought it up about Clay. I didn't. In fact, the early season slump or the early season, slow start, but now his slow start technically, I guess, would be right now, I guess.
So like he would go through those looks like, remember when Steph broke the record? When Steph broke the record, you got to remember he had like a 4-game skid. He only went for like 2 for 11, 3 for 7, and then he have another bad game. He didn't wake up until the All-Star weekend, and he lit it up because he was having some games that he was going 2 for 12 at the 3-point line, but he was like still getting 25 because he was going to the cup, So, but like I said, he woke up when in the All-Star weekend. But
wow,
with Milwaukee, if they get to another finals, and I don't know why, because I guess they're getting bored. Why do they not have Giannis in another MVP conversation?
Man, well, for one, he plays in Milwaukee. Milwaukee is a small market. It's a small marketplace. And Giannis plays, he's not dirty, he's not flashy, he's not flamboyant at all. He doesn't play for a an attention desired coach or culture that the analysts and journalists lock in on. Nobody in their organization is trivial. You know what I mean? I think the most trivial that it got was with Bobby Portis, and that was when Bobby Portis got traded to Milwaukee after he punched his teammate in the face. Yeah. When he was in Chicago. That's about as trivial as it got. And I mean, if you want to include Drew Holiday, and Drew Holiday supposedly wanted to retire a year ago.
Yeah, it was his wife.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's not even trivial. You know what I mean? That's different. And you're talking about an organization that does not get a whole bunch of attention because it doesn't draw a lot of money, doesn't draw a lot of revenue at all. It's not a high market place to play. And I think that's part of it. But the other part of it is, it's sad, but he just flies under the radar, man. He just flies under the radar. And
so I'm glad you brought up the idea of them being a small market. Mm-hmm. Me personally, another team that I saw that they played in a good state, but the market to me was small because they was outshadowed by other teams. Now they're one of the most wealthiest teams out there is Golden State. I feel like if Giannis wins 2 more championships, Milwaukee either is going to have to either move the team or they're going to have to start developing more things around it. Because like Golden State, 3rd championship, guess what happened? They moved from Oakland to San Francisco. Mm-hmm. So they had to move the team. Like, man, they're in a bigger market. They're worth what, $3 billion? I'm just guessing off the hip. But yeah. So like I said, if he wins 2 more championships for them, they're gonna have to make a decision. But yeah, he does remind me of like he don't get no love like Tim Duncan.
I think you, without you even saying it, I think that you spoke about something that we rarely talk about when we talk about in sports, and that's the impact of money and on race in regards to location. Me being somebody who has done consulting work in the city of Milwaukee for Black men and boys and for higher education and for some mentoring programs out there, I have seen the city of Milwaukee, and Milwaukee is a poor city, and it's predominantly Black city. It's one of the top 5 cities in the country that has the most Black men in it. And the zip code in Milwaukee is also the most incarcerated zip code in the country. So what you find is when you start winning brings money, And so you start to question, well, if we're winning and we're generating a lot of money, 1 or 2 things happen sometimes. And that's the gentrification. It's going on. And you move those poor Blacks out and move those wealthy white folks in. Or folks are going to say, you know what, we got to get up out of here. Like you said, same thing like out in Oakland. Oakland is one of those top tier cities in the country that have the most Black men or boys. Yo, they weren't going to Golden State weren't going to stay in Oakland. Not in Oakland. Like, we're going out to the Bay. We're going out to San Francisco.
You know what, though?
We're going to San Francisco.
Since they had been winning, like the average house, Oakland now is like $900,000 now. I remember they used to be a poor neighborhood. Like now it's like you can't even afford to stay there now. I'm like, good Lord.
Yeah, and because we're not talking about like Atlanta. Atlanta is different. Atlanta's a different breed. We ain't talking about Washington, D.C. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Cities where we're predominantly, we start talking about winning and how Black culture is affected. Nah, man, we're talking about crime infested places. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
When crack rock was invented,
Right. and small markets where ain't no money coming in, because DC is different. Atlanta is different. They're not a small market, Yeah. So that's interesting. And it's funny, Miami is considered small market.
Yes,
but
compared
Miami ain't going nowhere because the bread, if you notice at a Miami game, more at an NBA game, when it tips off a game, the seats are full. You look at a Miami Heat game, the seats ain't full when the game starts. Miami is a tourist place. You know what I'm saying? They're like, man, forget the heat. I'm here to the sunshine, the palm trees, you know what I mean? The drugs, the cigars, the women, the nightlife, the vacation, my yacht, my, you know,
And as a matter of fact, we went down there. I don't even think we even passed the stadium when we went down there.
Nope, didn't. And you know what, Rick? Didn't even. I don't think. I know. I didn't even think about the where they play at in Miami.
I already know the name of it.
Wherever Pat Riley called, whatever Pat Riley.
You supposed to know you the Black Pat Riley.
I'm the Black Pat Riley. But I need the people to know why I'm the Black Pat Riley, because they're gonna probably ask that question. And that goes back to our days of the draft and doing our the virtual, not a virtual draft. What do they call it?
It was the NBA. What did they call it? Was the fantasy league.
Fantasy league, yeah. And how I used to dominate the fantasy league, being the Black Pat Riley in my draft picks. You know, I just, you know, yeah. I miss them days. And I still call myself the Black Pat Riley, you know.
How about say,
if you put it on my tombstone, it's the Black Pat Riley.
So speaking of excitement, who to you right now is the most exciting duo to watch right now? You know, if you need, I'll go first. Right now, I got Philly with James Harden and Embiid. I feel like everybody can't take their eyes off them right now.
Yeah. I like to agree with you. If I had to go off of a week and a half time, me being a Knicks fan, they played the Knicks not this past Sunday, but they played the Knicks twice about a week or so ago within that period of a week's time. And man, to just watch, you know, those two together, man, it was beautiful, man. It was a beautiful thing, man. And they tried to say that Embiid wouldn't be a rim runner, somebody who wouldn't be able to do a pick and roll because he steps out and shoots the jump shot a lot. I mean, all he needed was he couldn't do it. Going back to your point about shooting a jump shot, you know what I'm saying, about Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons couldn't do what would be the point in doing a pick and roll with Ben Simmons? You know what I'm saying? When Ben can't shoot, you don't even got it when the pick is set. You ain't no need for you to even worry about going under the pick.
Because they always gonna go. Yeah, that was gonna make him to shoot. Yeah. So like, let me ask you this: so when you, because that's a good example, because I remember when John Stockton to me was the most deadliest people when it came to the pick and roll. Mm-hmm. If you go underneath, he gonna pull it. If you chase him behind, he gonna either hit him with the pocket pass, or he's gonna make you foul him, and he's gonna hit his 2 free throws. He gonna have 25 on you before you even know it.
Right. Exactly.
But I don't think he get enough love either. But I know it's a lot of athletic point guards out there. But John Stockton, to me, when I watched him play for Utah, even though I was pulling for, Jordan at the time, I felt like John Stockton didn't get the love. Like even in the Olympics, like they treated him like he was a regular dude. He was out there, he out there with his wife and his family, whatever. But it was like, who are you? I want to say somebody joked and said that like they asked him to hold the camera to take a picture with the Dream Team. Like
that's crazy, man. Wow.
But
wow.
Going into our outro, we got Jasmine Spain, XNO Sports. Jasmine, can you give everybody your handles for Instagram, Twitter, so they can follow you?
Yeah, definitely. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Main Initiative, all one word. Main, MAININITIATIVE, Main Initiative. On Facebook, it's Main as one word and then Initiative as another word. So that's how you can follow me on Facebook. So yeah, please reach out, man. And like I said, You Good Bro Convenience, first and third Saturdays from 9 to 11. Just email me at yougoodbroinc@gmail.com, the RSVP. And be on the lookout. Also, dates have already been set for the National Main Summit 2022. It's open to Black males in high school and in college, as well as professionals that either work with Black males, that are CEOs of nonprofit organizations, counselors, therapists, school administrators, etc. It'll be held right here October the 10th and the 11th here in Greenville, North Carolina at the Greenville Convention Center. More information forthcoming. But yeah, definitely would love to have you all here to celebrate and to challenge and to help improve the quality of life of black males here in this world, in this society. So, and you can reach me via phone at 252-689-8616. That is the number to contact me on the business line. Got a beautiful thing here going,
All right. This is Ricky G. Stanley. Our co-host
Sounds
tonight
right.
was Jasmine Spain. This is XandO Sports. We are
out of here. Anything is possible. Turn me up in the headphone.
Soundstripe.
Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Hey. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Hey. I grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Yeah, all I know is get paper. All I do is shit major. Bought a condo on the top floor and the building's a skyscraper. Feeling like I'm Kobe, LeBron for the Lakers. Feeling like I'm Idris, Paul Walker, Taker. New Rollie, no diamonds in it. New Porsche, all dimes in it. I'm infatuated with fine women. Corona extra with the lime in it. Just to chase the Henny. Used to be a penny pincher. Now I'm in